Hello guys and welcome to I just hit something with my arm. Hello guys and welcome to another edition of the P.A.B. The P.A.B. or Painters Against Blue is a sort of support group where you can ask questions and get answers from me, obviously, because I'm the only one answering questions here. So you have any hobby question, if you have anything you want to ask, this is the time to do it. And I will be glad to answer it. Anything you want to ask me. Hey, Ben Anderson is here. Yeah, hello Ben. And yes, and in the meantime I will be doing some scraping. I need to scrape some Marines backpacks. And I'm going to stick them to bases because I have a secret project in hands which I cannot talk about. Sorry. But I have to stick 9 of these backpacks into some supports and onto bases to do some tests. So I will be doing that. You cannot see what I'm doing. So, sorry, I only have one camera here. So you have to watch my beautiful face. And in the meantime, again, please ask any questions in the chat and we'll be glad to be answering them. We have Ben, Steve, Johnny here. Hello, Merry Christmas, Juan. Merry Christmas. This is the Christmas special, by the way. I'm doing it now because I don't know if I will be able to do it. I'm sure I won't be able to do it on the 25th. And I was planning on doing it tomorrow, but it turns out I'm not sure if I will have time to do it, so it's on the 23rd. Future videos. I'm still working on the first instance of this project. It turns out it was much more work than I was expecting. I have some couple of technical difficulties, so we don't have that video yet, but it's coming. And I have new shelf with a lot of paints that I had lying in bags, and they are now there. Some oils too. Ableton 502. We'll be checking those out soon for the background here. Another video coming, of course. And that's basically all. I will be scraping mold lines. So ask questions, please, or not. I don't really care. I have to kill some time, so I can be here. I wish I could tell you what this extra project is. I think it's very exciting, but they don't let me, so. Remember the time of oils before acrylic hobby paints? Well, they are coming back, apparently. Oils are the new hotness. Well, they're nothing new, obviously. Ask people like James Wapple, which has been raging about oils for a very long time. And I remember having, may have it still. Not sure. Let me check. No, sorry. Turns out I don't have it. I used to have a book, a painting guide, which used enamels and oils to paint a beautiful night. It was a historical painting guide, but I don't have it. I don't know where it is. Johnny, why? What's the hybrid with the cause that shall not be named? I was wondering. I just don't like painting it. If you go to the very beginning of this channel, the very first videos, you will see. I think it was the 3rd painting video, if I'm not mistaken. It was about painting blue. It was just that, and and it was a couple of firsts. It was the first time I spoke on camera. The previous videos, the sculpting videos, and the red and green, if I'm not mistaken, were all silent. It was just me painting, and so I decided to do like kind of a joke, because I really don't like painting blue. It's one of the colors that for some reason it just doesn't please me to paint it. So I tried to make a little joke about that, and people, it got a huge response, huge considering the scale of the channel by that point, which was, I don't know, I think it was less than 1,000 subscribers, so huge. But people loved it, so I decided, why not just make it kind of a theme of the channel. Right? I thought it was a very good idea, and I just ran with it, and I had fun. So that's the answer to that question. But I really don't like painting blue. It's just called that. I don't like painting. But it also seems to be like kind of my fate painting blue, because it seems like everything I do lately involves blue in any way or in a way, shape, or form. So yeah, whatever. Wolfe, hey Juan, Merry Christmas. I was wondering if you had any experience with weathering pigments before. Do you have any suggestions for sealing them to a model base to avoid it rubbing off? If you watch a video I did on Martian bases, I use pigments there, and I use isopropyl alcohol. But you can also use airbrush thinner. I've seen people use Vallejo airbrush thinner, just some drops to seal it. And what I like to do, which I learned making that video, but I forgot to mention on camera, is you put the pigment, you seal it with the alcohol or with the airbrush thinner, which has alcohol. That's the main like binder, because it softens the underlying paint and the pigment sticks to it. Is put the pigments, put the alcohol, and then put more pigments on top. Like so dab it some pigments on top, so you don't lose that dryness, because it can lose a bit of that dryness. And if you do it while it's wet from the alcohol, it will preserve that. So do that. And yes, I have this, and this. Is this? Yeah. I have some pigments. These are the rust ones. This is called North Africa dust, which looks white, but it's not white. Very weird pigment. You can see it's yellow. So very, very different from the outside and from the inside. And I have some weird liquid pigments from Life Colors, which I haven't used it yet, but they are liquid pigments. So I think it's just pigments with kind of a binder in it, but I don't know. Haven't used it. I just bought it because I wanted one Life Color paint, and I had to order it because no one sells it here, so I had to order it from an online shop. And while I was at it, I ordered a bunch of weird stuff just to test it out. So that was part of that order. Yeah. Focus on me. There you go. So that's it. But yeah, be very careful with the alcohol in the when you put alcohol on top of your models. Steve Kirby, talking of pigments, have you ever experimented with nail art finishes? No, I haven't actually. Yeah, I will be. I'm not the very experimental painter, so I'm not one for doing weird stuff or testing weird stuff. I'm very conservative. So if I see someone doing it and I like the effect, I might copy it, but I won't be like experimenting to achieve some weird stuff. So testing new stuffs. But yeah, that could be interesting. I really hope Vince Venturella makes a video about it. he probably will, because he makes a video about everything. So do you guys have any special plans for Christmas? Do you have any Christmas hobby products coming? For have you been good? We have some hobby products underneath the Christmas tree this year. There are a lot of dust and glitz. It could be nice on a dragon. On a dragon. Yeah, it could be. To be fair, delving into more art stuff and other mediums could be a great way to expand your hobby knowledge or your hobby library of tools that you use. Sorry, I need to. Sorry about that. I have a bit of a sore throat. I actually think I'm getting a bit sick. It's not coronavirus, it's just a common cold. My son got a cold in school, and yeah. Once your kid gets a cold, you all get a cold. I've been having a cold for the past 5 years. Uninterruptedly, basically. Great question, Wolfe. Never hear of thinner being used to seal pigment. We'll give it a try. Yeah. I got that tip from a friend of mine that uses pigments for basing a lot, and he told me to use airbrush thinner, and I trust everything he says, because he's a better much better painter than I am. It's a shame that he doesn't really want to make any videos, because you will be pretty much amazed. He once painted a full Chaos army for, it was for Kings of War, but it was fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy Chaos Warriors, and he painted it in about a month, and it's absolutely stunning, like ridiculously good. And it was speed painted, basically, in between work and so on. So yeah, pretty amazing. Hello, Crystallius. Welcome. You have a lot of Patreons here. Really nice to see you. Kids equal doom, yeah. Once you have kids, it's like, especially when they are young, I assume this gets better, especially the getting sick bit gets better with age, but I've been sick for like 5 years straight with congestion and you know, horrible. But you get used to it. Oh, I'm going to show you something while I'm here. Turns out I've been a good boy this year. I got a present. Look at that. This will be under my tree on the 25th. Very excited to give it a try. I probably won't be using it for the channel. I don't think it's fits what I do, or it's something that I really want to make videos that are as accessible to everyone as possible, and an airbrush is not something that everyone can use or want to use, so I probably just keep it for myself. I'm very excited. First airbrush, by the way. So yeah, using airbrush, using oils. I think I'm turning into Marco Fisoni. As for Christmas things, just finished a 2,000 point sister army, gearing up for Slan's Fantasy Fortnite. That's amazing. I love Sisters of Battle. They are such good models. They are a true delight to paint. Sisters of Battles. I had a great time painting the 4 that I did for the channel. It was super fun. Lupus Canis is here. Evening, good evening, mate. That's so exciting. Yeah, it is so exciting. I assuming you're talking to Morgan Rose, but yeah, not me. I've been a while since I've sitting down to paint something because I have had a lot of work and I've been very tired, and I have the policy to not paint or record videos if I don't feel like it, because otherwise I will burn out myself. So yeah, I'm amazed how I've done that too, like intensely painting. I painted a full Undead Army in 3 months, which for me is like a record. And it was like painting every single day, quite a lot, very intensely. Very boring painting also. When with Order of the Sacred Rose, yeah, the Sacred Rose is amazing. I like the one that I like to paint the most was the silver ones. Well, I can't remember the name. Argent Shroud. That was the most fun of them all for sure. But yeah, Sacred Rose, which I think is the red ones. No, that's Bloody Rose. Sacred Rose is the white ones. Yeah. Also, so much white armor. Say that. What an idiot. I work from home, so the hours of commuting are now painting. That's amazing. Wolfe and airbrush for priming and base coating has changed everything for me. It's so much easier to preserve detail and make it as thin as you want. Yeah. Evening, Chelsea. Welcome to the stream. Love to have you here, but you already know that. Okay. It's glue time now. I'm gluing a spruce to bases. Yay. Very exciting. I'm very excited to use the airbrush myself. Especially for that, it's just base coating. Especially for armies and stuff like that, which it's been so difficult for me to get on painting armies like in a consistent way. So I want something that is just helps me. Oh, move on to that. That's not flat. So yeah, very excited about that. I won't be using it here at home because I have a cat and I have a small child. And even if acrylic paints are not toxic, I don't want to be spraying paint on the atmosphere in the same house that a small animal and a small child are. So I have it. I have an air compressor in my workshop for my job, so that was very convenient. I just made an extra installation from that compressor to feed the airbrush hoses. I added 2 points of access, so I can use any of 2 tables to paint with the airbrush, which is going to be awesome. And yeah, pretty excited about that. Okay. Since that for Christmas you don't have any questions to ask, but I'm just happy to be here with you and chat a little bit. So I will ask again because no one answered. Do you have any hobby-related products that you ask for this Christmas? Has your painting gotten any better in 2021? Yes, for me it has. Yes, I realized that when I went back to finish painting my Spectronite, and I realized that the leg that I painted for the tutorial, which was in 2020, it's way worse than what I did to finish it. But yeah. Wolf, any compressor recommendations? I've been thinking of getting a quieter one for home. I can't help you there. The one I have is industrial. It's big, has like a massive deposit, and it's very loud. But I need that much pressure for my work, so I'm just using it. I don't care about the noise. I'm used to it. It's 24/7 when I am working, so I'm used to it. Firing up from time to time when I'm working, so it doesn't bother me. And I don't plan to record videos or anything that's naughty, so I don't really care. But if anyone knows of any air compressors that they would recommend to Wolf, please put it in the chat. Hello, Plant. Hello. Oh, Colin has been here for a while. I'm treating myself to some new washes for Christmas. Only had no oil until now, and I spilled most of it the other day. Yeah. Dude, get some droppers. It's game changing for washes. Look, no problems. It's all in here. It's fantastic. Also, you will be able to mix them much better if you do it by drops, much more precise. Well, did you have to adapt it for hobby stuff? It was a simple switch. I didn't have to do anything. What I did is I installed a regulator with the water trap. That's kind of those regulators that you turn, so I can regulate the pressure to the airbrush. And I just run. I only had one hose because I used it for my air engraver. So I just split that connection, and from one side it goes to the air engraver, and from the other side it goes to the regulator, and that connects two hoses from that to the station. So I didn't have to do anything. What I did is I didn't change any of my pressures. What I did is change the pressure on the regulator, and I have 2 bars or whatever I want, and it's very, very comfortable and very convenient for me. Oh, final question. Do you know any way to estimate the consumption of contrast paints? No, I don't know. But I only had to buy. I think the only one that I bought extra was Black Templar and Skeleton Hole. Those are the only 2 paints that I have to buy again. Sorry. Oh, and a Killing Green, but that was because a Skeleton Hole and a Killing Green were part of my Undead Army painting. So yeah, I used a ton of those, but they last a very long time. Yeah, Colin, do it. Just buy some droppers. These are 30mm droppers from ibottles.co.uk. Thin tip with color matching caps. You know, green for green. I'm very happy with that. It makes for a very beautiful display as well. Very easy to find colors. Stephen Q says inks and diluted. That's how we do it in the olden days. We got inks and we diluted with medium and water, and we made our own washes. But to be fair, pre-made washes are so convenient. They're very, very convenient. Hello, Bad. Cool. Chelsea, presents I have received for Rose and Co. For Rosemary and Co. Good choice. Contrast paints, Gargoyle, Brute Box, Keeper of Secrets, some technical paints. Sorry, my throat. And 40k Monopoly. That's awesome. I started painting in February, so it appears that everyone has jumped on this for my presses. Maybe it was hard to buy before. Yeah, I always forget that you've been doing this for such a brief amount of time. You are very good. Frustratingly good for being painting only since February. You want to paint, you want to see some Chelsea's paint jobs, watch any of the Royal Retinue reviews, and I think she has submitted for each and every one of them. So go and check that. It's very impressive. Crystallios have the most whole 900 for my Mortal Realm, and the main color will be done with the Blood Angels Red, Flestirus Red 2-1 mix. And I think make a batch of mix a good idea. Yes, I did that for my Undead. I used 2 mixes. One was a diluted Nihilite Oxide, and the other was a diluted Achillean Green. And I made full droppers of them. And instead of mixing them, I just put that mixed dropper, shake it, put it in the palette, and kept painting so much faster. Vlad, do you recommend put contrast paints into rubber bottles? They will have brought these bottles. Yes, I do. All of these are contrast paints. I have every single paint I own from Citadel in dropper bottles, and I highly recommend it. Much more precise. I do a lot of mixing, as you've seen in my videos, like 1 to 4 parts for washes, 1 to 1 of several colors, and having them in droppers makes mixing precise because you have just drops. Is very, very convenient. I bought those bottles from I'm going to get you the exact link if you don't mind, just a little bit. Yeah, this, I think this is our okay, so this is the link. These are the bottles that I use, not affiliated in any way. I just love those bottles. In fact, I actually tried to get an affiliate link from them because I love that product and I wanted to promote it and win some money, and they never answered. Yeah, I'm still promoting them because they are awesome. Best dropper bottles I've found. I previously had some Chinese crappy ones. Yeah, forget about those. Get those. DTA apps New Zealand. NC, I guess it's from New Zealand. Hey Juan, big fan, do you paint in sub-assemblies? I'm doing Sisters of Battle at the moment. Noticing your Sisters tutorial you don't, but your Sisters look amazing. What I did for my Sisters of Battle is, what I do recommend you do is don't glue them to the bases. And if you have something with bolters in front, like in front of their bodies, don't glue the arms, or don't glue like the weapon, so you have free access to all the chest. And not gluing them to the bases means that you can access the inside of the ropes from the underneath. And once you have painted all the inside ropes, you can glue them, and that's it. Job done. But for the most part, I glue my models as much as possible because I hate sub-assemblies. They are a pain in the ass. So I glue them as much as possible, and then I just move on. Chelsea, my level is thanks to you. I mean a bit, but mainly you. Thank you very much, Chelsea. Wolfe, I bought a Khalid Assassin for myself this year to try and paint to the best of my ability. Fantastic models. I love Assassins. Hopefully I can do the sculptures. It's a great looking model. It's a fantastic looking model. Fitzlock, in the process of transferring of those exact bottles, I confirm they are great. They're fantastic bottles. Born to Lose, Live to Win. As first live stream. I've called, buddy. Love your work. Thank you very much for being here. The Emperor's Children Marine is my favorite. Thank you for your work. It's one of my favorites too. I will say that my favorite Marines are the Emperor's Children, Alpha Legion. Those are my 2 favorites for sure. And then probably a tie between the Nurgle one and the War Eaters. Probably, yeah, because I have fun. Chaos was a pain in the ass because of all of the damn trim, but to be fair, you can have a lot more fun painting Chaos than normal Marines. So yeah. Happy to help, lad. I am really happy. I I highly recommend you get as much as possible from them in one order, because sadly, being in the UK, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get those bottles out now. Damn. Oh. I'm thinking. I'm trying to glue something into something and it's not working. I think I'm going to use. I was trying to use plastic cement, but I think I'm going to use super glue because I want something that sets very quickly. It's a very unstable connection, so I will leave this to dry. Super glue it is. Oh yeah, much better. You see? Little backpacks into markers. Not very exciting. Well, it is very exciting for me because I know what they are for, but it's not very exciting for you, I'm guessing. Ah! I'm so clumsy. I'm the clumsiest person in the world. Considering my job needs precise work, I don't know what I chose that work. The amount of times I've lost pieces in the floor and I had to redo them. If you knew. Come on. Dry. There you go. I will be here until I finish this, so you can ask more questions if you want. Yes, unfortunately, buying from the UK shops now is a pain. I am ex-UK living in Portugal, but getting stuff. You are very near me. We're almost neighbors. But getting stuff from the big hobby shops in the UK is increasingly difficult. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. I have to pay so much taxes. Each time I order one package, whatever it is, minimum €6 in import taxes, which is a pain in the ass because that adds up very fast and it gets very expensive. I still do it because what are you going to do? But yeah. Richard Danzinger, that's a very good question. Will you be trying out the new Army Painter speed paints? The answer is, well, if Army Painter had contacted me for testing, I would have. But since they haven't, I'm not going to until, and I can't get them near me. There isn't any shop in like at least 4-hour drive from me that sells Army Painter, so I'm probably not going to get them. But to be fair, they seem to work very, very well, and seems like the colors are exact matches to the contrast color. So if you want to use them, highly encourage you get them and use them in substitution of the contrast paints that I use in the channel. I think that is a fantastic idea. But probably I'm not going to use them because they haven't even contacted me for some testing, which I think is weird. Well, considering I'm probably the biggest channel that focuses on contrast paints, and they even haven't sent me a sample, but who knows? There you go. Oh, a forest actually, yeah. Not very near then. Still Portugal, but not near me. If I try them out, I will probably make a video just to inform people, or just in this Q&As. Apparently, the AP speed paints have a consistency. To be fair, I have a consistency with contrast paints as well. They work flawlessly for me. No weird things, no bad results, but I don't know. Seems like people find easier to use the AP line, which that's fantastic. Trouble don't contact you. The funny thing is, the only brand that I really trolled is Games Workshop, which may be a reason why they don't send me products for painting. Because I always troll them. So funny. It's all in good spirit, but I do troll them quite a lot. Chelsea, what could I make teeny tiny trees out of? I don't know. Ask Luke APS for that. I don't know. I haven't made a single tree in my life. I buy them pre-made, basically. If I need a tree, I'm the worst terrain maker in the world. I'm awful. Ethan Kruger, here in South Africa, just wanted to find out if you use Vallejo metal color and which ones will you use. Thanks, yes, I do use Vallejo metal color. They are the best metallic paints out there. And I recommend you get copper, get the gold, get either gunmetal gray or magnesium, different tones. Magnesium is a bit bluer. And then you have to get duraluminium, silver, and white aluminium. Those are the best. You can get, I think the darker ones, I think steel is pretty dark. You can get, for darker paints, you can use gunmetal, you can use steel, or you can use magnesium. Any of those three. Plus duraluminium, silver, and white aluminium. Those plus gold and copper are the must for me. Yeah, so those are my recommendations from that range. What is the best product to remove paint from all meters? Very good question. Isopropanol alcohol. That's it. Go to any. Well, you are Spanish for your name. So you have to go to any drogeria, ask for isopropanol alcohol, alcohol isopropylico, and they will give you pure. So I put it into a jar, put the minis inside, leave them for an hour, scrub them, and put them back in if there is very old paint or it's very thick, and they will just come off. And it's safe. Chelsea, what are you building? I'm gluing marine backpacks to sprues and to bases for testing. And I can't tell you what I'm testing. I wish I could. It's very exciting. But I cannot tell you what I'm testing. It's inside here. That's all I can say. But I cannot say anything else because they don't allow me to. But it's very exciting. I wish I could, but I can't. Yeah. Bladus has that question. Jonathan LaFlame. Hi Juan, first time on your live from Canada. From Canada, awesome. We have Canada. We have South Africa. We have Azores. That's amazing. Love all your content. Thank you for the time you take to make us amazing videos. I watch them over and over again. Views for the views, God. Love my rose brush. Thank you very much. And thank you for your support if you got that brush from the affiliate link. And if you didn't, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it anyway. Happy to help, Inigo. Johnny Y, what size rosemary and coal brushes do you use in your videos for the detail work? I find it difficult To find a brush which is so fine I can hold enough paint. Size 3, Rosemary & Co. Series 33. Size 3 is the brush that I use for 99% of my painting. I have a 2 and a 4. A 4 I use for bigger stuff, and a 2 I use when the size 3 is physically too big to fit into some places. That's when I use the number 2. But I paint eyes, I paint free hands, I paint everything with a size 3. Best brush in the world. Crystallios, did you try conversion bits from Liber Demonica? They're super nice, or do you prefer to sculpt with your stuff for conversion? If I want to make a conversion, I'm a kind of a purist. So if I want to make a conversion, I will do it myself, sculpting it. And I don't like to mix third-party bits with GW bits. I just want to keep my minis as original as possible. I'm that kind of guy. Chelsea, are you going to do more technique videos? Probably yes, because I had a lot of fun doing it, and they are so easy to do. Like, I usually spend a full week of work staying up to 1:30, 2 in the morning painting or editing, just to make like a heavy contrast video. That video is the best performing video I've ever done. Took me one afternoon. That's it. So easy to make those kind of technique videos about clay. It's so easy. Yes, I'm going to make more of those. So easy. Oh, Blad's from Russia. Awesome. Another one from Russia, P.A.B. Sorry if I butchered your name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you very much for your video about the Alpha Legion. I fucking love it. I love it too, and thank you very much for watching. It's one of my favorite videos. Chelsea Salisbury, do you have any goals for the hobby in 2022? Don't know. Probably trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. My hobby goal for this year was to get to 50,000 subscribers, which we did. I'm very happy, very grateful about that. And I just probably try to get to. Why not try to get to 100,000? Why not? Seems like impossible, considering that it have taken me 3 years to get to 50,000, but who knows? That would be cool. Also, I want to take part in Golden Demon. That's another important thing, but given the war situation, I don't know if we are going to be able to. Honestly, I don't know. Johnny Y, thank you. Any plans on Horus Heresy schemes? No, sorry, no more Marines. I said that a very long time ago and a lot of times, and I don't mind saying it again. No more Marines. I want to move on to other stuff. Once I've done all of the other factions from Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, I might get back to Marines, but not more Marines. Sorry. I may do a glossy candy red armor because I think it's fun, but I will be using the airbrush. It's the only way to do a good candy red is with an airbrush. So if you have an airbrush, fantastic. You don't have an airbrush and you want to do that, get an airbrush. Yes, Chelsea. We have to at least try to get to 100,000 and get that nice plaque. Like all the cool boys have. That silver plaque. I would like to get the gold one, but I think 1 million subscribers is a bit too far away. Yeah. I guess 100,000 is good enough. Considering no hobby channels have managed to get to 1 million subscribers yet. But I'm pretty sure the first ones will be either Miniac or Squidmar, probably. Those two guys know how to manipulate the algorithm very, very well. So they probably will get there first before anyone else. I'm going to paint Alfaris with contrast like you. I'm sure they will be amazing. I'm sure it will be amazing, and you will do a very good job. If you post it in social media, tag me, please. I want to see it. How would you sculpt a pizza for the fires of your pizza oven? Sculpting a pizza is super easy. It's one of the easiest things. You want to make a ball, and then you want to just press it. Use any kind of pen that has a flat bottom, like this one, and just put it some water or some oil and just press it. It will give you a flat surface and like a crust on the outside, and leave that to dry. And once that's dry, you have to make you have to sculpt all the ingredients. So if you want like for example, easiest one, a pepperoni pizza, you make small balls of green stuff, you place them, and then you just flatten them out up to the and they will get into a pepperoni shape. Super easy. Vlad, are you going to paint Vitrux miniatures? It will be great for me personally. No, the only thing I want to paint for the channel is Games Workshop minis. For the same simple reason that I love them, and they are the easiest one to promote. So, I'm not Angel Giraldez. I'm not one of those guys. I paint very slowly, so I just want to paint GW stuff which is easy to market. I love them, and they are, and it's what I like. In all honesty, I'm very excited about the new Eldar. I'm going to paint a lot of Eldars very soon. Chelsea, what's your favorite pizza? Wow, that's a very good question. We're getting to the good questions now. What's my favorite pizza? Well, I have a very weird pizza taste. So be prepared, because this is probably going to, if you wear a monocle, take it off, because this will probably shock you, and monocles are very expensive. So what I like to, I have two favorite pizzas. So one of them, it goes like this. It has, I'm going to start with the weird ingredients, so I will get the shock out now. I like it with pineapple, goat cheese, caramelized onions, mincemeat, and bacon. That's one of my favorite pizzas. And I have another favorite pizza, which is artichokes. I told you it was going to be weird. Artichokes. What's that called? Artichokes, anchovies, black olives, ham, and mushrooms. Delicious pizza. Those are my two favorite pizzas in the world. Anyway, thanks for answering my questions. Merry Christmas and good luck achieving 100 kind subscribers. Thank you very much for being here. I love it. I love it. Do you have Insta one? Yes, I have Insta. You don't have my Instagram? How can you not have my Instagram? Yes, I do have. I can't find it now. I don't have Instagram linked into this computer, so go into all my videos. It's in the description. Lost me at pineapple, everything else of that jam. I love pineapple in pizza. I love pineapple in pizza. Lost me at artichokes. They are very mainland Europe. I don't know anyone in Britain that likes artichokes. I love artichokes. They're delicious in the pizza. See, pineapple is just wrong. No, it's not. Pineapple is awesome. Let me see if I can find you the link to my Instagram, which I should know by heart, but I don't. I am that awful. I am
really easy.
Oh, sorry. That came on automatically. Let me see if I can say my Instagram. Okay. Whoa. What's that? No, that's not what I wanted.
Really easy.
Let's see if I can find. I'm trying to find you my link. There you go. This is the link to my Instagram for anyone that. Let's check. Yes, yes. Artichoke is fantastic. Pineapple is great in pizza. It's delicious. GM, where do you come from? I'm from north of Spain, from Bilbao, to be precise. And I'm still here. I never left. You look like old Davey 544. I'm offended about the old. I know my mom. I'm a bit offended about the old. I don't know who Davey 450 is. I want Davey 504. Who's that guy? Oh, the bass player. Yeah, he's fucking awesome. Yeah, I take that. I take that as a compliment. He's also thinner. I'm fat. I'm fat AF. He's very thin compared to me. He's Italian, I think, isn't he? Yeah, kind of same complexion, big, tired-looking eyes, and everything. Is he? How old is he? I now need to know if I'm older or not. Oh yes, I'm older than him. He was born in 94, I was born in 83, so yeah. 10 years older, 11 years older than him. Oh, Brian, you just asked the question, because this stream is now Dead Zone stream, officially. Thoughts or interest on Dead Zone 3rd edition? And Dead Zone is my favorite game. It's my favorite game of all time. So yes, very, very, a lot of interest in Dead Zone 3rd edition. Sadly, I ordered the Veteran Bundle from Mantic the day that was announced, and the shipping got lost in the warp. It's just disappeared. I contacted Mantic, which have a fantastic customer service, and they have refunded me the money because that bundle is not available. It's sold out and it's not available for sale anymore. So sadly, I don't have my 3rd edition books. I don't have my tokens. I don't have anything. I have the money, but I didn't want the money. I wanted my Dead Zone stuff, but I will order it again once the bundle that I like is available. I will order it again. But yeah, best game in the world. Never seen pineapple in Italy. I don't care about it. Italy. Pineapple in pizza is awesome. I think it was a Canadian invention, by the way. Tell how to paint shoulder parts of Ultramarines. It's gold part. It's very easy. You paint the trim with something like Retributor armor. Then you just you can use either Reichland Flesh Shade or Gilliman Flesh. Just do a wash of that. Then go back with Retributor armor, and then just highlight that using something like Liberator Gold and then Stormforge Silver. Or you can just make a 1-to-1 mix of any silver with Retributor Gold and then pure silver for the last highlight. It's very easy to paint gold. Just, what's your favorite film? That's a very good question, and one that I have never thought about. Probably a lot of films that I like very much. That's a very good question. I never thought about what's my favorite film. Like, chose one of them. One of my favorite films. Right now I cannot tell you what's like my favorite film. One of my favorite films of all time is Empire Strikes Back from Star Wars. So yeah, that would be a very good contender for that. I also like a lot the Harry Potter series, especially from film number 3, from Azkaban on. I really like those films quite a lot, even though they miss quite a lot from the books. But we are Potter fans in this house. But yeah, probably if right out of my head, the one that popped out was Empire Strikes Back, so I'm going to probably go with that. And right now, I'm so much more into series than films. I just finished watching Hawkeye, which I thought was fantastic. I really liked Hawkeye. I like the shift in tone from the rest of the Marvel universe. I really like what they are doing with their series, and I really liked Hawkeye. I think it was fantastic. The end saying jamón, piña y jalapeño murió. Yeah, ham, pineapple, and that's pepper. That's jalapeno peppers. Murió. Yeah, that sounds delicious. That's the best Star Wars film for sure. 100%. Of all the Star Wars films, the best is Empire Strikes Back. I think the second one of my favorite Star Wars films was Star Wars Rogue One. I thought that was such a great movie. And even if it wasn't great, just that last scene with Darth Vader was just for that scene. That's the second best movie of the whole Star Wars universe. Just for that last scene, so good. Made the whole movie. I like the whole movie, but that scene just make it like top. Well, now you're just disappointing me with your choices. I'm a Potter fan. you don't like Star Wars, Chelsea? Or are you going to tell me you are more of a Star Trek fan? Because I'm really not a Star Trek fan. Fitlock, have you seen the Spider-Man yet? Not the last one. Not the last one. No. I really want to, but no, I haven't been able to go to the cinema in a very long time. Blood, would you play the Star Wars miniatures? Very good question, but funny enough, I love Star Wars movies, but I don't. Those minis, they just don't say anything to me. So no, for some reason I'm not interested. Will you ever paint some Marvel? It's basically the same. I'm not interested in those minis for some reason. Maybe in the future I will. I want to say I'm more interested in Marvel minis than Star Wars minis, so that's more possible. But you know. Yes, Hawkeye reminded me of Die Hard. Yes, has a very Die Hard kind of vibe. A bit more humor and not so much violence. But yeah, that's kind of same dark humor kind of like vibe. It's like very a chilled vibe. I really like that. I really love that series. I loved all the Star Wars series. I loved like the Scarlet Witch series. I loved the What If series. I love them all. They're doing a fantastic job with the universe. Have you seen the trailer for the next Doctor Strange movie? Oh, oh boy, that trailer tying in with the What If series, like, oh, chills down my spine when I saw that. Charlie, what? Just hoping to wish you and the rest of the people a Merry Christmas. Also, does Matthew restock their stuff? They should restock their stuff, but they don't know when. I was looking at some Deadson and things, and they are all out of stock. Yeah, I had the same problem. My Deadson order, as I said, didn't came in. It was lost, and Mantic said that they didn't have any replacements yet. So I'm waiting until they make new Deadson stuff. But yeah, they told me that they are planning that for this next year, for the beginning of the year, but they don't know yet. So that's one of the issues when you produce mainly in China, that you are depending on things that you cannot control. Is very tricky. Chelsea, do you have any non-game miniatures? No, I don't. Well, yes, I do have a very old King Edward I Longshanks mini, actually. But very old. It's one of the first. It was the first and only historical mini that I have ever painted. The rest are all game minis. Yeah. very old. It's also not in a very good state. It had a couple of accidents over the years. But look, yeah, Hawkeye was definitely upping Die Hard and Jingle All the Way and stuff like that. Not bad thing whatsoever. It was a blast. Yeah, I had a very good fun with it. Massimo Marcella, love your video about squigs. I just started working on my mangler squids and helped me a ton. Squigs are some of my favorite goofy monsters from Warhammer. I agree. Anything, I said that in the video and I really mean it. Night Goblins from Warhammer Fantasy are some of the most fun minis you can get from in the Warhammer universe. For sure. They are great. White Vision at the end of Wanda and Vision. Yeah. Wanda and Vision, that was the name. It wasn't Scarlet, which was Wanda and Vision. Yeah, fantastic series. I really enjoyed that one. Edward First was a very interesting character, I really agree. An action movie could be made about him. Yeah, funny enough, his character is the only thing that I liked about Braveheart. It was the only thing that I said, yeah, that looks like Edward the First. It really looked like that's like the what it was a fantastic casting and a great written character for the most part. He was a villain, of course, because he had to be a villain, but he was very well written. The rest of the movie is just dog shit. If you were gifted a non-game miniatures, would you paint it? Yes, I would paint it, yes. Can we expect a Night Goblin video soon? Yes. I have the minis, I just have to paint one. And they are so fast to paint that I probably will paint one soon. P.A.B, are you good in kit bashing? I think it will be interesting to see you through scaling video, for example. I'm not good at kit bashing. I'm good at sculptor, but I'm not good at kit bashing. It's very different things. But I'm not interested in doing true scaling videos. I really think Primaris Marines are true scale enough for me. They're good enough for me. Frito. I can't find the link to your site anymore. I'm going to show it to my wife. I'm going to give it to you. Just a second, please. Okay, so this is my shop, my Etsy shop, and I will give you a link to my Facebook page, which is the the best way to find not everything that I've done, but a big chunk of what I've done. Walderad, which microphone is this? This is a Rode NT USB microphone. Very nice microphone. I really like it. Makes my voice. It complements my voice very well. And it was cheap. It came with this nice pop filter, which is also nice. And I really like it. Rode is a solid brand of microphones. It's USB, so you are limited there. But I didn't want to invest in a screen and all that stuff. But my next purchase will probably be an XLR microphone with a screen, of course. Gloomspite Gits are amazingly fun to paint. They have a small for, yeah, they are super fun. Marcus Meyer, can you sculpt out of metal? I do it every day for my day job. So yes, you can sculpt out of metal. It's a pain in the ass, but you can sculpt out of metal. I've done it. I am a goldsmith. My job is sculpting metal pieces. So yes, but it's a pain in the ass, but it can be done. Chris Porter, a Scottish dude, Braveheart is an absolute dumpster fire. But God damn it, any time I watch it to talk out of invading York. Yeah, I mean, like, the portrayal of the Scottish people is so bad. Like, they look like cavemen. They live in like dirt. They are dirty. They live like in huts made out of shit. It's like, really? Scottish people were as advanced as the British. They just were British people. They were all the same. The same technology, same armor, same weapons, same everything. God damn, that movie's bad. Yeah, that's a very good answer. Yes, you can 3D print models. It's best if you use like a wax casting resin. I do it for my job, and then you have to do an investment cast. If you want to do it well, you need like a programmable oven to melt off or to burn off all the resin, and then you need to do. And if you want to cast it well, you need either a centrifugal casting machine or a pressure casting machine. It's a very expensive thing. I don't even have them for me because my workshop is very small and I'm very poor. So every time I need to cast, I just go to a fellow goldsmith that is specialized in casting, and I just have my pieces casted there. It's easier. But yeah, you can cast resin. Even if it's not castable resin, you can cast it. It's not going to be as good, but it's going to suffice. Do you have any countries to visit in your bucket list? Funny enough, yes I do. Scotland, Ireland, Italy. Those are my three like main bucket list countries to visit. Whether yes, is the Rode NT USB. It needs to be NT USB. There is a Rode NT which is not USB, which is XLR. So there's the USB and the XLR version of this microphone. I have the USB version. Oh, the Stephen Curry's sound engineer said the Rode are pretty nice. So awesome. Yeah, it's good to know. I really like it, by the way. I have another microphone that I use for when I shoot these intros, which is here. It's a Davey microphone. It's a shotgun microphone. I use it in my camera when I'm shooting the intros. It's a very nice microphone too. It's also US. It's not USB really. This goes with the jack. It's different kind of microphone. It doesn't really work by USB. It's just for charging the inside the battery that has inside. Seriously, money cave people absolute bollocks. Exactly. Yes, was yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dark commissions just where Mel Gibson chooses to portray people in movies is very biased and it probably suits his needs for the film, but doesn't present true story correctly. Yeah. I didn't like how primitive he showed Aztecs in Apocalypto. Yeah. Yeah, they were Mayans doing actual things. Yeah, yeah, dumpster fire movies, like absolutely awful. But yeah. So guys, I think we've been here for how much time has it been here? 1 hour 10 minutes. So you have more questions. I am having a great time, but I also want to have dinner, which I haven't had yet. Spanish people, we are very weird. It's 10:39 here, and I haven't had my dinner yet. So. If you have more questions, I will be glad to answer them. But if you don't have more questions, What's for dinner? I don't know. Whatever I make, probably. Oh, you haven't had dinner? That's weird for a British. For a you're a Scottish, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'll go get some food. Thank you very much for the stream. Thank you very much all for being here. I always have a very good fun. You're not famished? No. We here in Spain usually dinner time is about 9:30. That's the normal dinner time. Even up to 10 o'clock. It's a acceptable dinner time, like normal. Which is very different from the rest of Europe, especially from the UK, which they, again, 6, 7, 8 max, they are already having dinner. But not here in Spain, you have very late dinners. Thank you for seeing interest. Thank you everyone for being here. Thanks, man. Interesting chat. Yeah, this has been super interesting live stream. It started slow, and it kept up picking up pace, and it's been a true delight. I had a lot of fun today. Which spaghetti caster will you be excited? No, I'm a very bad actor. Believe it or not, I'm super bad. Oh, well, Rand, interesting was. Did you paint any subminiature figures like in 135 scale in your painting journey? No, I haven't. I tried once. I tried to get into model making, like planes and tanks and so on, because I really love like the engineering side of especially World War II planes and tanks. I think they are fascinating. And I bought a bunch of models, planes and so on, and some figure minis. And I tried to get into it, but in the end, I just lost passion for it, and I just moved on to other stuff. I really like the wacky fantasy and sci-fi stuff more. But I did try. I didn't succeed, but I tried. Well, guys, and thank you very much, Richard, by the way. Thank you all for being here. I think I'm going to say goodbye for today. Have a nice day. We will meet the first week of January for the review. And we will, the next video, I will try to have the first installment in the Spirit Seer project video finished. It's taking so long to do. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. It's been a real pleasure. Bye.